What's up, guys? Aaron here, back again with another YouTube video. Today we've got the Phoenix. That's right. This video is for the newer players to World of Warships. I'm going to go ahead and do a low-tier ship. I like the American cruiser class. I would recommend finding something that you kind of like, that fits your playstyle. And I'll be going over kind of the playstyle of all those in this video. But I like cruisers a lot, and I didn't really know I did. I didn't really know I liked American cruisers until kind of learning more about the game and how it's played. And also watching a lot of other YouTube videos. I initially worked up the Japanese cruiser line all the way to tier 7, and I was getting punished a lot, giving up broadside, and I'll explain what that means in a minute for you really newer players. And I couldn't figure out why. So after watching some videos and you know, other YouTubers, I learned a lot about. Actually, let me go over one thing real quick. I learned a lot about, you know, angling and stuff like that. Now, at the lower tiers, I don't know the specifics of, you know, the armor and stuff, but let me go over the quick basics. So, first, you know, you'll have to play your AI match with the Albany here, or any other tier 1 ship. So, let me go ahead and select the tiers here. Tier 1. It'll be one of these ships, and I would recommend doing the Americans, you know, if you want to be a good cruiser player. But any nation that suits your fancy is by all means good. Then you'll slowly progress up. You'll get these couple ships here, and then you'll have a choice after the St. Louis, I believe, of branching off. If you like battleships, pick the Wyoming. If you like cruisers, pick the Phoenix here, and that's what we're going to show you because it kind of follows the path here of these, because the first ship you get is the Albany, and it's designated a cruiser. Although, as you can see, it was actually Steamboat Willie. But let's go ahead and get it in real quick. One other thing. Your commander. You will have to choose a commander for that ship. The first commander you get is George Dewey, and he's kind of like a jack of all trades. He has pretty much like, you know, damage, you know, fire chance and things like that, and you'll work them up, but as you progress through the game, you'll find different commanders, and each one has their strong suit. You know, there's pretty much one, for each nation, there's one general commander, like Dewey here, and then there's specific commanders. So as you can see, increase the AP shell for your destroyer. You wouldn't want to use that on your battleship. Does that make sense? So Dewey is like the guy you can kind of use for anything, and he'll be good at, you know, little pieces here and there, you know, but for cruiser players, like myself especially, you would want to use this guy. So this is who I chose for my captain commander for my Phoenix here. And let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. This game, you know, when you're first learning it and playing it, it seems really complicated, and you're like, why am I dying? Sorry, I gotta plug my headset in there. And it can be frustrating for sure. But we're gonna go over how to kind of beat that, and little tips and tricks, you know, to help you stay alive and to help you do well. And also to you know, understand the game. I was playing, excuse me, yawn there. I was playing this game without really understanding what it is. So first off, you can see we've got our ship here and kind of the mini map up top there. As you can see, that blue circle, there's two circles there, the blue one and the white one. The blue one is our detectability at sea. So our detectability at sea is right around 10, 11, I think, in this ship. And the white line is our range of our main guns. So you can see our range is about 14 there, 14.17, and it kind of changes if you look to the left and the right. The angling of the ship and the maneuverability can affect that range just a bit, but your overall range is about 14 overall. So down there, you look at our guns. The range of those guns is 14, and you see we have armor-piercing shells loaded. Now, these are fine. They do a lot of damage, but not if the ship is angled, and I'll get into that a little bit more. So in cruisers, and especially in the beginning, you're going to be wanting firing HE, high explosive. And what those shells do is they cause damage to, like, they explode on impact. They don't really penetrate. They can, but they explode, and they cause fire damage if you catch the ship on fire. Let's go over something real quick. So you can see we were detected. We could have been detected by the Kuman there, but I have a feeling that we were detected by a destroyer. So we're going to go ahead and shoot at the Kuma while trying to dodge this moron running into us. Yeah, the bigger ship has the right-of-way. So yeah, as you can see, there was a destroyer inside that circle that we did not see. His detectability is a lot smaller than ours. Okay, so the destroyer's smoking up. It's a Wix, so he doesn't have great torpedoes, but you'll learn this as the game goes on. You'll learn what destroyers have good torpedoes and others have, you know, average and stuff like that. So right now we're going to try and shoot the destroyer, and as you can see, we're doing a lot of damage just with our HE shells. Something you want to learn, or it's good to be taught right off the bat, is destroyers are probably the biggest threat to a team. You know, a good destroyer player, so you want to get those off the board right off the bat. But as you can see, I pointed the nose of my ship at this other cruiser, and I'm shooting at the Wix here with high explosive. So you just kind of want to focus him, but also keep in mind, oh, okay, so we've got destroyers right in front of us. I'm going to go ahead and pop these little headphones things. This is called hydroacoustic search or sonar, as it appears on the screen. What this does is tell if ships are rather close to you, and gives you an advanced detecting of the torpedoes. So we're going to go ahead and speed up here and avoid these ships and also shoot them at the same time. We got one. There we go. So if you saw, my aiming reticle just changed there, and the reason for that is I switched to my torpedoes. In American destroyers up to tier 4, you have torpedoes. Those kind of go away after that. So that guy smoked up, and as you can see, when we change our circle here, it changes. So that's the range of your torpedoes. The range of our guns there is very far, and the torpedoes is not that far. Kind of makes sense. You know, you don't want people launching torpedoes from 13 miles away. Although some destroyers later in the game do have amazing range on their torpedoes. Kind of looking at the board, our team has given up a lot in terms of map control and you know, just overall ships. But we're going to continue to fire the guns. We're turned around here. We got kind of outmanned. That destroyer used his smoke screen efficiently. Now the headphones perks there at the bottom, the sonar would have helped us detect him, but we didn't really want to rush him because he had torpedoes and we're in a cruiser. But we're gonna go back again. We should lose detection soon. You can see our blue and white circle are actually 1 now, so when you shoot your guns, your detectability goes up to the range of your guns. But after about 20 seconds, and it can be changed with some perks and captains, after about 20 seconds, that circle will go back down. But the Kuma, as you see, it went back down. The Kuma is actually inside of that, so we're still detected. We're going to go ahead and shoot, and you see that circle goes back up to that mark. I just switched to armor piercing here because what the Kuma is giving me is known as a broadside. He's giving me the flat side of his ship. It's the easiest target to hit, and hopefully I get what's called a, yeah, there it is. As you can see, we just got massive damage to him. It's called a Citadel hit. We actually took out his engine. We'll probably kill him here. One more. So he's you know, newer to the game, doesn't really know this, but anytime you get the broadside of your ship, you should be shooting AP in a cruiser or battleship. So this destroyer's probably still over here. Oh, we just dodged the torpedoes. We got rather lucky there. We're going to close the distance now. So he shot his torpedoes. You shouldn't have a reload for that much longer. And he just went around the edge of the island there. As you can see, we went undetected. But back to that Kuma and that cruiser there. So the flat side of your ship, you know, it's very weak to shells. So when you angle against them, you decrease that angle of incidence, as they call it, and it's a lot harder for ships to penetrate you. Now, some ships, they have such big guns like Yamato and the Iowa class, they can penetrate your armor. Doesn't matter what angle you're at. So you'll have to learn those calculations. Wargaming has a great metric on it, so it'll be easier for you guys to tell. You know, like it's like the 14.3 rule. But just try and angle your ship as best you can until you really learn those specific calculations. So we just captured an area, and you can see it's tied on capture points, but we're down a lot of ships. We knew a destroyer was in here. As you can see, the little gray, the gray triangle, that indicates that's where the destroyer was last spotted. So he's either coming around that way, but as no little eyeballs popped up on the screen, we're not detected yet. he probably went the other way. But we're going to go ahead and capture a point. They're probably going to move into the sea cap rather soon. This is a tough game. But yeah, as I said, so you can, yeah, they're moving into the sea cap now. As you can see, it's ticking down. We're going to move into their cap and kind of maybe flank them on the other side. We only have one cruiser left. It's going to be a tough game to win, but this is a good game to show you the advantages and disadvantages of cruisers and stuff like that. Destroyers, you know, are fast, agile ships with torpedoes, and you can. Each nation has their strengths and weaknesses. So we just got detected there. Okay, so it was a Wyoming. We got kind of unlucky here. I didn't know this was where the Wyoming was. It was on the screen, but
Our team depends upon you.
we're just going to shoot at him. He can probably overmatch our armor. He's shooting high explosive though. Still doing a lot of damage, but that's not the round you want to be choosing in a battleship. You want to be shooting your armor piercing. We popped our last hydroacoustic search there. But as you can see, we have torpedoes, and we're going to use them, hopefully to kill this Wyoming. Still want to be wary of your movements. We're going to go ahead and repair that fire and get our turret back. We're going to charge right at him here, use our torpedoes. This is kind of a last resort option. Now we got a permanent fire there because our damage is out. We got him with 2 torpedoes. Did a lot of damage, hit our high caliber mark there. Going to drop him a little. That little line is where you should aim, but I've played this game a while to know that he was turning in. We got him with the torpedoes there, but we got 3 fires going and 4 other ships to shoot at. We're going to burn out. We actually got 4 fires going. So there's an average game, you know, not too much team play by our team, but you'll see that. As you can see, we doubled the next score, and these guys weren't even playing. It's rather disappointing when these people leave the game. You know, you can tell that by the 0 score. So what they're doing is they probably have a ship like this for their challenge, and they just put it in the game. But soon you'll realize you won't get points for that, and you won't advance challenges unless you play the game. But that's okay. As you can see, we did better than a majority of their team, and we were the best on our team. So we'll go to the economy real quick, and we actually gained 180,000 credits and 2,000 experience with a couple other bonuses here and there. A lot of those are by some boosters, and because I have premium, you can see Wargaming wants you to buy premium because you have the premium bonuses there. And I think it helps if you play this game and you really like it to get premium. If you're just a casual player, maybe not. It only starts to really matter near tier 7 and legendary tier, in terms of you know, like the what's called service costs. You know, the ship service is only 10,000 there. But yeah, that's kind of a basic introduction to the game. You know, as you can see though, our after the Phoenix here, you kind of branch out into the Wyoming and other ships, and you will have upgrades. It's based on how you like to play, but the upgrades, these almost always help your ship, and they tell you what they do. See, firing range increase, reload time, AP shell damage, and then the hull upgrade. But that's the cruiser class. Cruisers are kind of the middle of the road. They have decent detectability with faster firing guns and sometimes torpedoes. As you work up the Americans, we'll go to the ship line here. As you can see, we were on the Phoenix there. As they move on, though, the Americans lose their torpedoes, but they have better, faster, more powerful guns and better armor. The Baltimore can tank almost every ship in the game. What that means tank is you can deflect shells if you're angled correctly. So basically, you want to point the front of your ship at the big guns of the battleship, and you will deflect those shells depending on your armor. But that's something you're going to have to learn, and Wargaming does a good job of explaining that in some of their learning videos. So these are the American classes. There's the destroyer classes. As it moves up, you can see it gets better as it goes along. And then here's the battleship class. It moves up, and we've got the Iowa class battleship there. Yeah, that's a brief introduction for newer players. I hope it wasn't too confusing. You have your basic 3 ship types. You know, and just kind of pick something that fits you. In the earlier games, like these Tier 3 and Tier 4s, I highly recommend cruisers. They're very maneuverable, and you know you can get yourself into good positions. Just make sure you angle. You know, basically you don't want to expose your broadside to any ship, really. You know, destroyers can punish you with torpedoes, cruisers can punish you with those fast-firing guns, and battleships can punish you with those big guns. But that's kind of my introduction to the game. I just wanted to make that video because I play a lot of high-tier gameplay. I have, as you can see, 105 ships. I've been playing for a long time. I have, yeah, 5,300 battles. Pretty decent win rate. It could be better, but we have pretty good XP there. It's going up every day, too. Pretty good damage and pretty good attracted damage. Don't really focus on your stats in the beginning, but I'm just showing you guys just to show you where I'm at as a player. But yeah, that's the video, guys. I really appreciate the viewership. The channel's growing at an amazing rate. You know, but I just wanted to get this video out here for the newer players. And again, I'll be making some more videos. I try to teach and explain as I go, you know, what I'm doing. But again, that's higher tier gameplay. Just keep grinding, what they call it. You know, keep working up that one class of ship. If you spread yourself out between a French destroyer, which are coming in the game, you know, a German battleship, an American cruiser, it's going to take you a lot longer, you know, to work up that specific ship. So find a ship that you really love and just play the heck out of it, and then, you know, work up that ship. Find what works for you, what doesn't. You know, if you're a destroyer player, you like your concealment. You know, you kind of like hiding from the rest of the ships there. That's cool. If you like maneuverability and decent guns, you know, cruisers are the way to go. That's the class I chose, with my most played ship being the Baltimore here. Got really great armor, really great guns. I just like the look of the ship too. Or if you like, you know, the big daddy of them all, the Iowa class. If you're a battleship player, you like those massive guns, just obliterating certain ships in one go, then that's for you. Each ship has their strengths and weaknesses. Again, each nation has its own set of kind of skills there. But that's the game, guys. I appreciate appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll be back for more, you know, posting video almost every day here. Thanks for watching, guys.